A historic move tonight as the Bahamas get set to host SpaceX's Falcon 9 splashdown this month. The Ministry of Tourism says the rocket's booster will make us the first international site for a SpaceX Falcon 9 landing. We'll tell you about the prep for the big day. But first,
a mother tonight says she's one step closer to closure after two police officers accused of killing her son will now face criminal charges. Stay tuned to Our News tonight for the story.
Also, an accused inmate in a deadly cell attack returns to court. We'll tell you the latest on this high-profile prison case. Then in our news at 7:30, the Golden Yolk Egg Project hits delays amid surging prices. The Agriculture Minister confirms the $15 million plan has run into setbacks. Our News live at 7 starts right now. Welcome to Our News, live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Candino Knowles. The family of a man shot and killed by police officers say they're now beginning to feel a sense of justice after it was revealed that two officers will face criminal charges in connection with his death. Our Joshua Williams, who gets us started tonight, spoke with the family, who is sharing the emotional roller coaster.
The family of D'Angelo Evans says they're one step closer to closure. On Tuesday, it was revealed that two police officers will face criminal charges in relation to his shooting death in May 2018. The Director of Public Prosecutions had initially determined that no prosecution would flow from a coroner's jury's finding that the killing was a homicide by manslaughter. Inspector Akeem Wilson and Corporal 3906 Donald Wright will be arraigned on a manslaughter charge in the Supreme Court. Evans was shot dead on May 27, 2018, after the officers claimed he pointed a 40-millimeter pistol at them. His mother, Beverly Lee, says the case is something they've struggled with for almost a decade.
I break down in tears because it was a shocking news to me because I wasn't even to court that day. I didn't really know about it until afterwards. So it put a shock to the family. Just how I hear it, I quick sent it out to my family last night. But it was a shock that to know we moving forward. I might have been in tears. That's joy.
It's been a difficult journey, with the family insisting he didn't have to die that day. D'Angelo's case comes at a time when public trust in the police force is dwindling. Lee says she hopes her son's case will mean accountability.
It should make some change. My thoughts and my speaking out to the public, and I show them the law ain't for one, the law for all. I feel more people will open up more because I think they're afraid because there's the police. They scared to go up against the police.
Ms. Lee had this bit of advice for those who may feel afraid or timid to speak out that are seeking justice.
Take a stand for your family members. Don't be scared. It is win, draw, lose. But don't just give up just like that. Keep fighting. All us is keep in contact with one another, and we sticking together till the end.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
Thanks, Josh. A prisoner accused of killing his cellmate back before a judge this week ahead of his trial set for later this year. Diallo Williamson is charged with the murder of 29-year-old Mikhail Miller. Williamson is accused of bludgeoning the psychiatric patient to death in cell F2 in the maximum security section at the Department of Corrections back on November 1st, 2021. Miller was killed 3 weeks after he was sent to prison for stealing a phone from his mother. Well, the Bahamas is set to be a part of SpaceX history when a Falcon 9 rocket booster lands off the coast of the Exumas. And it's happening later this month. The Ministry of Tourism making the announcement today, saying a Bahamian delegation is meeting with the SpaceX officials to finalize preparations for February 17th. That's when the landing is expected to happen. The event will make the Bahamas the first international destination to host a Falcon 9 landing, according to Minister of Tourism Chester Cooper. Now, his ministry says the relevant senior officials will remain on hand during the launch sequence, the launch, and the ascent. Now, be sure and stay tuned to Our News to witness the historic moment unfold. As egg prices are soaring and broccoli on recall, just where can you turn for fresh produce? In tonight's Sustainability First, we'll explore the Bahamas' push to cut food imports by 25% before 2025 and how local farmers are stepping up to the plate. BAIC Chairman Darren Pickstock calling it a game changer, and we'll show you why in just a bit. But for now, it's time for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Junkanoo. Happy Thursday evening, everybody. Another beautiful evening setting up on the outside. It's a good time to get out there. The sun is down, but still nice and comfortable. 77 is our current temperature with a few clouds. Winds have come down nicely. East winds at 10 miles per hour. Your feels-like temperature is at 75. Right now, it's 74 in Freeport, Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We pick up 76s in Allenstown, Bimini, Great Harbor Key, and over in Governor's Harbor. Nicholstown, Andros, and here in the capital, all 77s. 77 in Kemps Bay and Deadman's Key. 75, Arthurstown, Cat Island, Cuban Townsend, Salvador, and into Georgetown. The Exumas, your temperature right now is at 76. 77, Duncantown, Ragged Island, Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, Delectable Bay, as well as Abrams Bay. Matthew Down in Aguas, 78, and our good neighbors to the southeast, Tricks and Caicos Islands, you a little cooler. Temperature right now at 76. Satellite and radar composite, well, what do I say? High pressure's in charge. This is a rinse and a repeat kind of a weather pattern across us. Dry air mass remains in place. We do have some spotty showers moving across the area, courtesy of that stiff easterly wind across the central and southeast Bahamas. But all in all, conditions will remain the same much tomorrow as well as through the weekend. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Coming up in sports, the St. John's Giants basketball program stood tall in the BAISS playoffs. I have so much more puns about this, you'll hear it in the newscast.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here, and you can see I'm filming new episodes here in one of the family islands, the one that has the pink snow. If you missed last season, you can catch it right now on our TV, Cable Bahamas, channel 212, with Dorian Missick and Simone Missick, Gibton. We had AJR and Cuba. So catch the repeats of the Charlie Bahama show, and just rest assured, I'm out here working hard for the new season.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Marknut. Let's do show. The second day of the BAISS basketball playoffs was a day of celebration for the St. John's College Giants. In the senior boys division, the top-seeded Giants concluded the night with a rout of the C.W. Saunders Cougars, 65-40. In junior boys play, the Giants looked to defend their title with a new cast of characters. They advanced to the final with a 36-28 win over the St. Augustine's College Big Red Machine. The Giants junior girls defeated the Queens College Comets 39-6. The Kingsway Academy Saints advanced to the championship in the senior girls division with the most lopsided win of the playoffs so far. They defeated the Jordan Prince William Falcons 53-7. The championship matchups are all set, and the Giants have teams in all 4 championship series Monday at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Their junior girls will take on C.W. Saunders, junior boys will face Jordan Prince William, senior girls will face Kingsway Academy, and the senior boys will take on Queens College.
On the pro hoops, with the Golden State Warriors making deals, Buddy Hield found his shooting touch. Hield scored 18 points and made 4 for 8 3-pointers, but his Golden State Warriors lost 131-128 to the Utah Jazz at the Delta Center in Utah.
Devin Charlton made history at the Millrose Games in 2024. This year, the 60-meter hurdles world record holder is back alongside another Bahamian Olympian. Charlton, a new world leader in the event, Denisha Cartwright, will take on a star-studded field at the Armory in New York on February 8th. Cartwright has run a world-leading time of 7.78 seconds in her pro debut this season. The event will also feature 13 athletes with 4 of the top 13 times on the World Athletics top list for the year. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Stay tuned to our news at 7:30 for details on these stories and more.
When our news comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world as Murder Inc. record label founder Irv Gotti dead at 54. Plus, the United Nations says more than 100 women raped and burned alive following a jailbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo. And we'll tell you the new study that has found brain tissue may contain higher amounts of microplastics than any other organ. The story when our news returns.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
Unleash resilience. Secure the digital future. Navigate the evolving landscape of cyber threats. The future will be secured. Presenting the Alive Business Cybersecurity Conference. Securing the future. Navigating cyber challenges in business. Thursday, February 20th, 2025. Atlantis, Paradise Island. Register today. This is how we unleash resilience. This is how we create innovation. Together, let's secure the digital future.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for...
This is our news. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Irv Gotti, co-founder of the Murder Inc. record label that launched stars like Ja Rule and Ashanti, has died at 54. Def Jam Recordings announced the news on Wednesday. No cause of death was provided, though he suffered a minor stroke in spring 2024 due to diabetes complications. Born Irving Domingo Lorenzo Jr., Gotti produced hits for Jay-Z, Fat Joe, and DMX before founding Murder Inc. with his brother in 1998. The label helped shape hip-hop and R&B, a legacy Def Jam hailed as a force that reshaped the soundscape. And disturbing news from the Democratic Republic of Congo, as a leaked UN report says over 100 female prisoners were raped and then burned alive at a prison in Goma during a mass jailbreak last Monday. The inmates allegedly escaped as M23 rebels, reportedly backed by Rwanda, took over the city. The DRC says more than 2,000 people have been killed since fighting erupted, while the UN puts that number closer to 9,000. A ceasefire was recently announced, although new clashes are already being reported. Thousands of staff at the U.S. Agency for International Development set to go on leave starting Friday as U.S. President Donald Trump slashes government-funded programs. USAID, which manages $40 billion in global aid, says it'll fly many overseas employees home within a month, although it's unclear how workers in conflict zones will be withdrawn. Meanwhile, billionaire Elon Musk, who has been tapped to find government spending cuts, suggests shutting the agency down entirely. But critics warn gutting USAID could leave vulnerable nations without crucial U.S. support. St. Kitts and Nevis celebrating a dramatic 169% surge in citizenship by investment applications for the final quarter of 2024. Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew this week credited sweeping reforms for the success, chief among them, transitioning the Citizenship by Investment Unit from a government agency to a statutory body. This shift, he says, boosts transparency and investor confidence. New measures include a special due diligence unit and laws criminalizing underselling citizenship. Officials say these changes position St. Kitts and Nevis as a global leader in secure, reputable dual citizenship. President Nayib Bukele has announced a major relief measure to ease the post-holiday financial crunch in El Salvador. In a post on X, government announced that throughout January, the government will cover 100% of water and electricity bills for 95% of households. That's up to $80 for electricity and $30 for water. Businesses, commercial buildings, and government entities aren't included in this benefit. Bukele says the move will help families manage essential expenses after December's higher spending and typically slower economic start to the new year. And a new study finds our brains might be soaking up more microplastics than any other organ. While experts say there's no immediate cause for alarm, the study published in Nature Medicine recently also noted higher levels in dementia patients. While research shows more exploration is needed, samples analyzed in the study showed brain tissue harbored nearly 10 times more microplastics than the liver or kidneys. Experts say it's about the same amount as you'd find in a plastic spoon. All right, in tonight's edition of Sustainability First, our Marlena Leonard, she takes a look at how we're taking steps to reducing reliance on food imports and the difference choosing locally grown goods could have on the environment.
With bird flu in U.S. poultry sending egg prices sky high and Walmart broccoli facing a Class 1 recall for listeria concerns, many have turned to local farmers for their produce. But how close are we to meeting our regional food security goal of reducing food imports by 25% by 2025? Darren Pigstock is the chairman of the Bahamas Agricultural and Industrial Corporation.
It's a work in progress, I would say that. But we are doing very important things to ensure that that happens.
Things like the North Andros Farmers Commercialization Program, hoping to grow local farmers into commercially viable initiatives.
12 farmers in North Andros, and the program is being expanded, was selected and have committed to growing crops specifically to meet demands of nationally recognizable wholesalers. So
why does it matter? Not only does a healthy local farming industry help keep money in the economy and food prices stable, it also has a number of benefits for the environment. Things like reducing the carbon footprint it takes to get your food from farm to table. And smaller local farms also tend to use less pesticides than the international giants.
This is a game changer because for the first time, these orders are being placed, fulfilled, inspected, and settled directly through BAIC. And we are reaping and seeing the benefits of having this organized program.
Wholesalers specify their needed variety of crops, quantity, timelines, and standards to the program. And in December 2024, the first shipment of that produce from the program arrived at wholesalers.
And those were a shipment of cabbages. And again, they met the standards, they met the quantities, the timelines they met, and we received those products. And we were the middle entity to direct those products straight to the wholesalers. And so that is exciting for us. In the coming months, we expect an even larger orders from wholesalers. And I would strongly encourage farmers to prepare themselves to meet the growing demand.
Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Marlena Leonard.
Still to come in Our News Today in History, find out interesting facts about the day that was February 6th. Then in Our News at 7:30, masqueraders suiting up to celebrate a decade of dazzling costumes and non-stop fun. The big question is, are you ready for the road? But first, a devastating ransomware attack that hit University of the Bahamas has cyber experts sounding the alarm. Find out the red flags to watch out for in emails, links, and even text messages when Our News returns.
It's your boy Charlie Bahama here, and you can see I'm filming new episodes here in one of the family islands, the one that has the pink snow. If you missed last season, you can catch it right now on our TV, Cable Bahamas, channel 212, with Dorian Missick and Simone Missick, Gibton. We had AJR and Cuba. So catch the repeats of the Charlie Bahama show, and just rest assured, I'm out here working hard for the new season.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
This day in Bahamian history, in 1870, William Colebrook, who served as governor from 1835 to 1837, died in Great Britain. His governorship was held during the years of the apprenticeship period after Great Britain abolished slavery in the empire in 1834. Colebrook Lane between Bay Street and Dowdeswell Street is named after him. Then in 1892, the Nassau Guardian reported that S.S. Morton was the first person in the colony to receive a cablegram through the Bahamas telegraph cable. Morton was proprietor of the Royal Victoria Hotel, and the message was sent from Tampa, Florida. February 6, 1922, Sir Clifford Darling was born in Chester's Acklands. Darling was a taxi driver, politician, civil rights leader, trade unionist, Speaker of the House, and Governor General. In 2002, he published a book he wrote entitled Sir Clifford Darling, A Bahamian Life Story, along with Patricia Beardsley Roker. On 27th of December 2011, Clifford Darling passed away at the age of 89. A state funeral was held for him at Zion Baptist Church. The Clifford Darling complex on Blue Hill Road on New Providence, which houses the headquarters of National Insurance, was named in his honor. In 1952, Elizabeth became the monarch of the United Kingdom after her father, King George VI, died. When the Commonwealth of the Bahamas became an independent nation, she remained the country's head of state, represented by a Governor-General. And on September 9, 2015, she became the longest reigning British monarch, surpassing her great-great-grandmother, Queen Victoria. Queen Elizabeth died last September. And finally, in 2019, the Fire Services branch of the Royal Bahamas Police Force was called to put out a massive fire that destroyed the Wong's Food Store on East Bay Street in downtown Nassau. Director of Fire Services at the time, Walter Evans, said every fire truck on the island was used to contain the blaze, and off-duty fire staff called in. Evans said the fire started around 5 a.m. on the corner of Bay and DeVoe Street and quickly spread to neighboring buildings. All right, victory never sounded so sweet for C.R. Walker Senior High School, still riding high on their junior Junkanoo triumph. And today, they gave our Joshua Williams a front row seat to the show-stopping performance that helped them beat out 5 other schools.
The C.R. Walker Knights went around the world to take home the senior division at the 2025 Junior Junkanoo Parade 2 weeks ago. I got to hang out with the band for a bit. These students are just a small representation of the group that rocked Bay Street, with hits like Hakuna Matata, I Am Free, and Wade in the Water. I spoke to 2 of the band members, first-timers, who shared with me what it was like to participate in the parade.
It's been ups and downs. First, I didn't even want to do it, but after talking to a couple of people and seeing all the greats, I just decided to pick it up again.
Well, it feels great. I worked hard to get this position. And yeah, it comes with a lot of responsibilities. And yeah, it's a great position to have.
Band teacher at the school, Walden Young, says he's proud, adding all he did was provide the material. The students took it from there to teach themselves.
40 members or so. That ranges from students in grade 11, 10, 11, and 12 on various instruments. Some of the students switched their main instrument to something else for the Junior Junkanoo. I have brass woodwind players that played brass. I have brass players that played percussion. So they were real versatile.
The joy in the faces of the students was evident as they performed for us. Dominic Newbold is head boy at this school and also a bell player.
The more well-rounded you are, the better places, and the further you could go inside life. You have more opportunities and you're able to do much more. And anything that keeps the young children off the streets today is honestly a very positive thing to do. I hope that more people could get into Junkanoo and stay off the streets.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, the future looks bright for them and for Junkanoo. That's going to do it for us in News at 7. But before we toss it to 7:30, as you know, at Our News, Thursday is the new Friday. And obviously, we want you to have some fun with us. Joining us now, entertainment correspondent Danielle Miller. Danielle.
Hey, Ken, I am at Mass Camp. I came down here tonight to help assist or do something while they get ready for their costume launch tomorrow. I don't know much about creating costumes, so that's why I'm here. And the team is getting me right and making sure that I know all the ins and outs when it comes to costume making for Carnival. Now, you want to know what else I'll be doing this weekend? Go to our social media pages and watch Thursday is the new Friday. And for your weekly dose of entertainment news, stay tuned to our 7:30 p.m. broadcast. All right, guys and gals, I have to get back to cutting. Hopefully, I learn how to cut straight today. Deuces, back to you in studio.
All right, thanks so much for that.
Thanks so much, Denny. I wonder if Denny really knows what she's doing.
Listen, I want to see that costume when it's finished.
I want to see. All right, thanks so much, Denny. Thanks so much, Ken. We'll have more in Danielle's escapades in just a bit, but for now, here are your latest headlines.
First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, a Royal Bahamas Police Force officer is being called a hero after preventing a Defense Force officer from being struck by a garbage truck. Our Delvado Emmanuel has a story coming up. Also, a man who received a life sentence for a crime he committed as a teen has been given a second chance at freedom following a resentencing hearing. Plus, a multi-million-dollar egg production program aimed at reducing the country's reliance on imported eggs is facing delays. Agriculture Minister Jomo Campbell speaks, and later, the Office of the Prime Minister and the Bahamas Investment Authority signs an agreement for a new mixed-use development at the Cable Beach in Balmoral Island. We have the details coming up when Our News at 7:30 returns.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to enjoy the comfort and security of your most valuable assets. Unfortunately, termites are common and very unwanted guests that never stop eating. With Struckum, you can enjoy the peace of mind as we protect your investment with our 3-year fumigation warranty. Struckum, #1 in pest control services.
Diet-friendly special.
Welcome to our news. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Natalia Hall. A near tragedy on Milo Butler Highway turned into a story of heroism and faith. Marine seaman Yashea Cox was hit by a vehicle while jogging on a busy highway, but in his darkest moment, a hero emerged. Sergeant 3506 Arnold Nesbitt, a man who refused to stand by and watch a life slip away. Our Delvado Emmanuel sat with both the officer and the seaman's mother. Let's take a look.
My training set in, and I just did what I had to do. I was in the right place at the right time to do the right thing.
On January 24th, while driving along Milo Butler Highway, Sergeant 3506 Arnold Nesbitt witnessed a horrific accident. Marine seaman Yashua Cox was hit by a car while he was taking an evening jog. With other cars speeding by, Officer Nesbitt's quick thinking and decisive action made all the difference that day. He shielded the young man with his car, helping him to avoid being hit again by oncoming traffic.
I spoke with him. He was bleeding very heavily, and he stated that he don't think he would make it, to call his mom, and he began to pray.
But Nesbitt didn't stop by shielding Yashua from traffic. He called his mother, Nova Cox. I spoke with his mom today. She says when she got the call, she thought it was a joke. Instead, she received words no mother wants to hear.
I was so calm, and then he said to me, your son says to tell you that he loves you and that he don't know if he can make it, but he don't know if he can make it, and so he wants you to know how much he loves you.
But it was the professionalism of the officer that made the moment bearable.
He just took policing to another level. I understand he's a prosecutor. You would have never known that he wasn't working in a police station, because he came there and he did policing. He did policing, and he impressed me.
Now, according to Cox, her son was training for the running part of a diving course he was scheduled to take next month.
He wanted to do the course last year, but he failed the run by a couple seconds. He did everything else perfect, but he failed the run, and so he was building himself back up to pass.
Despite multiple injuries, including severe lacerations and trauma, Yashua did not suffer a single broken bone, a miracle his mother attributes to divine intervention. Reporting for Our News, I'm Delvado Emmanuel.
Thanks for that, Delvardo. Well, a man who was previously handed a life sentence for killing a man as a teen was given a second chance at resentencing. Jerome Francois was just 15 years old when he killed a man, St. Ilian, and buried his body on a beach in 8 Mile Rock, Grand Bahama. Originally charged with murder, Francois, who has a history of mental illness, pleaded guilty to manslaughter by provocation in 2010 and was sentenced to life imprisonment. Almost 15 years later, Francois was back in court for a resentencing hearing after the Court of Appeal squashed his life sentence. Justice Andrew Forbes ordered that Francois serve 5 more years in prison. Upon his release, Francois will be on probation for 3 years and is required to attend a clinic for psychiatric health each month. A breach of probation will send Francois back to prison for a year. Minister Jomo Campbell says there should be an update on the Golden Yolk project soon. It's the multi-million-dollar egg production program that was launched to help end the country's reliance on imported eggs, and it's facing delays. Campbell didn't go into detail about what those delays are and how they will impact the program. The $15 million Golden Yolk project was launched back in 2023. Once fully operational, officials said it would produce millions of eggs a year, cutting the country's food imports bill. The project's delay comes at a critical time when egg prices have skyrocketed across the region due to an outbreak of the contagious bird flu in the United States.
Due to external factors, there was some delay, but we are now ironing out all of those wrinkles. And I can tell you, in a very short space in time, perhaps within the next 2 weeks, we should be able to give you some positive feedback on the traction that Golden Yolk is taking. Work is being steadily progressing at the site. If you would have happened to visit recently, you would see that the land clearing preparation is underway. The fences are going up. So that means that something big is on the way.
While they're still working on getting this project fully up and running, Campbell says another project similar to Golden Yolk is coming. In the meantime, he's encouraging Bahamians to shop local.
And so we encourage Bahamians to support other small local businesses that may not be the familiar names and shop around in order to get prices. But separate and apart from the Golden Yolk, there's another project that will be announced in short order that is also inspired by the Golden Yolk that will seek to bolster the egg industry.
Well, government signing a heads of agreement for Voy Beach this morning, which will add more jobs to the economy. The project will feature a hotel and residence on the Cable Beach Street and will also include 40 water bungalows on Balmoral Island. There will also be restaurants, rooftop pools, a recording studio, a nightclub, and a spa. Prime Minister Philip Davis was on hand for the signing.
The Balmoral Island will be transformed into a premier recreational paradise. That property will feature 3 clubhouses, each seating up to 500 guests, 23 land and overwater cottages, a 100-slip marina, 3 pools, a performance area and entertainment stages, and a helipad and seaplane docking facilities.
For Bahamian investor Adrian Fox, he says his early experience working at a hotel at the age of 13 makes this project all the more meaningful to him. It's expected to employ 500 Bahamians during the construction phase and over 700 full-time positions for Bahamians once operations officially begin. His daughter and fellow investor Adriana Fox says they hope to get the Balmoral phase of the project off the ground in the near future.
When we say groundbreaking for Balmoral Island, we want to try and start groundbreaking in the next 4 months. So the Balmoral Island has structure, and just depending on our finalized, like I said, always based on approvals and studies. We have the schematic drawings, we have this concept, but we want to probably have something started for Balmoral Island in 4 months.
While we're still experiencing cool weather conditions on this Thursday evening, but will these nice conditions stick around for the month of love? Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Italian. Happy Thursday evening, everybody. Another lovely evening setting up for us on the outside. Temperatures comfortable, 77 degrees, slightly warmer, with a few clouds on the outside. The winds out of the east at 10 miles per hour. Feels like temperature is at 75. Satellite radar composite, just some patchy clouds moving across us, courtesy of that easterly breeze, rather strong across the central and southeastern islands. That's bringing some Atlantic moisture across us. So we're seeing a few sprinkles across some of the islands, but most of those are dissipating as we speak. But that high pressure will remain in charge for our weather for the next several days. As a matter of fact, we expect this high pressure to remain in charge into next week. So not much in terms of any change in our weather expected. That's a quick check on conditions around the islands. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on our news, a ransomware attack at the University of the Bahamas is once again highlighting the concerns surrounding online systems. Cybersecurity expert Shakira Johnson offers tips on how to protect your data straight ahead. Also, Bahamas Hot Mix is celebrating 2 decades of operations in Grand Bahama. We'll tell you all about their recent open house coming up. And are you ready for the road? One Carnival group certainly is. Our Daniel Miller visited Mass Camp headquarters to get a sneak peek at what's in store for this year's Carnival season. And that's all coming up when our news returns.
Hey, Greg Thompson here, and thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here, and you can see I'm filming new episodes here in one of the family islands, the one that has the pink snow. If you missed last season, you can catch it right now on our TV, Cable Bahamas, channel 212 with Dorian Missick and Simone Missick, Gibton. We had AJR and Cuba. So catch the repeats of the Charlie Bahama show, and just rest assured, I'm out here working hard for the new season.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust. A ransomware attack at the University of the Bahamas this week, once again highlighting the delicate nature of online systems. Ransomware is a type of malicious software that corrupts your files or entire systems, rendering them inaccessible until a ransom is paid to cyber attackers. Director of Information Security here at the Cable Bahamas Group of Companies, Shakira Johnson, shares some of the areas to pay attention to when opening emails, links, or even SMS text messages.
They can be downloaded by clicking on malicious links or downloading malicious attachments from phishing emails. They can also be downloaded on your devices by, just installing software that's not from reputable sources, right? They can contain these types of viruses. And the attacker typically demands a payment, again, which is in the form of cryptocurrency, which makes it very difficult to trace.
But the good news is that you don't have to fall victim to ransomware or any other form of cyber attack. The key, Johnson says, is to have strong cyber hygiene practices.
This includes ensuring that your employees are taking security awareness training where they understand the types of threats that are targeting your organization and how they must react or respond to them. Ensuring that you have multi-factor authentication, which is the practice of having two forms of identification, whether that's your password and or a code or something that's sent to your email or to your phone that adds a second layer of protection to your password for your account.
All right, great advice. Well, Bahamas Hot Mix
is celebrating a major milestone in Grand Bahama, 20 years of operations on the island. Established in 1984 by a group of Bahamian businessmen, the company has grown into one of the leaders in infrastructure solutions in the country. BHM services include new road construction, road resurfacing and maintenance, traffic management services to development of ports, water and sewer systems. A ceremony was held earlier this week to commemorate the occasion. Managing Director Abby Sadie reflected on the company's beginnings and its growth over the years.
Our work started in '84. No company was offering hot mix asphalt in Nassau, and BHM was born. From the beginning, we believed by providing a high quality product, our business would thrive. With great encouragement from my father-in-law, Joe Thompson, we expanded our business into Grand Bahama in 2005, some 20 years ago. Fast forward to today, BHM is a leading infrastructure solutions company in the Bahamas.
Grand Bahama Port Authority Chairman Sarah St. George commended BHM for its long-standing contributions to Grand Bahama's development, while Grand Bahama Minister Ginger Moxie praised BHM for being a community partner.
As of now, BHM has some 70 permanent employees here and all this expensive equipment. BHM's civil projects work in tandem with our other long-standing civil contractors.
Over the past 2 decades, BHM has become more than just a member of the business community. The company has become a community partner that has stood with residents in tough times and through natural disasters, exemplifying its commitment to giving back through engagement projects in the areas of education, health, sports development, culture, and the environment.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When our news comes back from the break, are you ready for the road? One Carnival group is. Our Daniel Miller tells us all about it coming up.
Coming up in sports, the St. John's Giants send 4 teams to the BAISS Championships. Buddy Hield gets back on track, and a big weekend ahead at the Millrose Games.
And nice weather to kick off your Thursday, but will it stick around? Greg has the answer when our news returns. Stay with us.
Hey, it's your boy Charlie Bahama here, and you can see I'm filming new episodes here in one of the family islands, the one that has the pink snow. If you missed last season, you can catch it right now on our TV, Cable Bahamas, channel 212, with Dorian Missick and Simone Missick, Gibton. We had AJR and Cuba. So catch the repeats of the Charlie Bahama show, and just rest assured, I'm out here working hard for the new season.
Each week, we go into the heart of our second.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th Year Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Martinet. Let's do show. The second day of the BAISS basketball playoffs was a day of celebration for the St. John's College Giants. In the senior boys division, the top-seeded Giants concluded the night with a rout of the C.W. Saunders Cougars 65-40. Leonardo Rowe led the Giants with the game-high 24 points, including 10 in the second quarter, while new addition Joshua Russell scored 10. In junior boys play, the Giants look to defend their title with a new cast of characters. They advanced to the final with a 36-28 win over the St. Augustine's College Big Red Machine. DeAndre Baker scored 7 of his team-high 11 points in the fourth quarter, and Caden DeVoe added 10. The Giants junior girls defeated the Queens College Comets 39-6. Azaria Duncombe led the team with 10 points, while Danica Simmons, Zuri Hanna, and Melody Ferguson each scored 6. The Kingsway Academy Saints advanced to the championship in the senior girls division with the most lopsided win of the playoffs so far. They defeated the Jordan Prince William Falcons 53-7.
Football score.
Antigua Curtis scored 24 points, Deshante Sayre scored 15, and Michaela Joseph added 9. The championship matchups are all set, and the Giants have teams in all 4 championship series Monday at the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Their junior girls will take on CW Saunders, junior boys will face Jordan Prince William, senior girls will face Kingsway Academy, and the senior boys will take on Queens College.
On the pro hoops, with the Golden State Warriors making deals, Buddy Hield found his shooting touch. Hield scored 18 points and made 4 for 8 3-pointers, but his Golden State Warriors lost 131-128 to the Utah Jazz at the Delta Center in Utah. Hield was scoring just under 10 points per game throughout December and January. On the season, Hield is averaging 11.7 points and shooting 37% from the 3-point range.
Devin Charlton made history at the Millrose Games in 2024. This year, the 60-meter hurdles world record holder is back alongside another Bahamian Olympian. Charlton and new world leader in the event, Denisha Cartwright, will take on a star-studded field at the Armory in New York on February 8th. Cartwright has run a world-leading time of 7.78 seconds in her pro debut this season. The event will also feature 13 athletes with 4 of the top 13 times on the World Athletics top list for the year. 100-meter Olympic gold medalist Masai Russell and Grace Stark of the United States come into the event with the second and third fastest times this season at 7.80 and 7.81 respectively. Charlton is currently 4th on the top list at 7.85 seconds. American Christine Clemens is also in the field with a season's best 7.98 seconds. In 2024, Charlton set the world record for the first time at the 116th Millrose Games with her time of 7.67 seconds. That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS. Everyone had the alarms raised for the NBA trade deadline. Lived up to expectations.
You know who else raised the alarm?
Who?
The St. John's Giants. 4 teams in the BEISS championship.
We'll talk more about it next week, John. Next week. Back to the studio.
Still ahead on our news tonight, road fever is right around the corner. This is one local group is giving us a sneak peek at what to expect. Our Daniel Miller has the story straight ahead, and lovely weather conditions in the capital on this Thursday, but will it continue as we move closer to the weekend? Greg is back with your weather details when our news returns. Stay with us. Each week, we go into the heart of our second city and talk to the people helping to shape this community.
This is what makes me happy to come to work every day, to know that I'm helping someone.
These are the faces of the Grand Bahama Port Authority, helping to maintain infrastructure, grow the economy, and bring a better quality of life.
Our mission statement is to better the life.
Because I have to be a part of Grand Bahama.
Join me at Talia Hall every Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. right here on Our News as we share these inspiring stories of Freeport. Stay with the team you already trust.
Welcome to Paradise Games, where exceptional service meets the ultimate gaming experience. Our dedicated team is here to make every visit a win.
Now this is paradise.
This is more than just a place to play.
Now this is paradise.
It's where excitement meets world-class service.
Now this is paradise.
Now this is paradise.
Come, experience it for yourself. Now this is paradise.
Every season creates an opportunity for you to enjoy the comfort and security of your most valuable assets. Unfortunately, termites are common and very unwanted guests that never stop eating. With Struckum, you can enjoy the peace of mind as we protect your investment with our 3-year fumigation warranty. Struckum, #1 in pest control services.
This is our news. Welcome back. High pressure remains a dominant weather feature across our area. That's going to continue to dominate our weather across the islands with just some stiff winds across the central and southeastern islands with a tight pressure gradient across that area. But that wind is bringing in some Atlantic moisture across our area, so we're seeing some patchy clouds as well as some brief passing showers across the area. We will continue to enjoy these conditions as that high pressure system remains in charge and is keeping all the weather system to the north of us, should be moving into the open Atlantic over the next several days. Taking a look at the future forecast, just a few scattering of showers across the northwest and portions of the central Bahamas earlier today, but most of that activity waning. Through Friday, we expect much the same, some spotty showers moving across us, but most of the activity will remain in the open Atlantic. Boating forecast, northwest Bahamas tonight through tomorrow. Caution flag in place for the Atlantic side. The winds have come down easterly at 10 to 15 knots. They will be falling light and variable across the northwest Bahamas seas 1 to 3 feet, but they will be up to 5 feet along Atlantic exposures. Your low tide is at 8:29 tonight. High tide takes place at 3:08 in the morning. Central and southeastern islands, caution flag for you guys down there as well, but the winds are a little stiffer, easterly at 15 to 20 knots, seas running 47 feet over open waters in easterly swells. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, not much change expected. We do expect that easterly wind to bring some additional moisture across our area on Saturday, so we could see an increase in some shower activity, but temperatures will remain near the 80-degree mark during the daytime hours. Nighttime temperatures will remain near the low 70s. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
Thanks so much, Greg. Well, here's the question. Are you ready for the road? That's the question one Carnival group is asking as they prepare for this year's festivities. Our Danielle Miller visited Mass Camp headquarters where she spoke to Masqueraders members about what's to come. Let's take a look.
Masqueraders, get ready. Launched in 2015 with the inaugural Carnival Parade, Masqueraders have been reveling for the last 10 years. Event manager Ashad Bo says they have no plans on stopping.
It feels great to still be here and still deliver a great experience for persons who are interested in the Carnival product.
Known for their extravagant costumes and colorful themes, this year, the band's theme tells the story of ancient Egypt with people of the Nile. The costumes will be revealed to the public during the band's launch party this Friday at the Andre Rogers Stadium at 8 p.m.
We are having a lot of demand now. Persons want to buy tables, so that's something we have to add to. So it's great to see the excitement about the Carnival product, and persons excited that we're getting an early launch because we are a month out and we are a month earlier than we launched last year.
The launch is one of several signature events for the band leading up to Bahamas Carnival.
We have a lot of surprises, but all of the events that we had last season, we'll continue to do. We have a lot of good feedback from those events, so we want to keep those events and add to them bit by bit.
For more information, visit Bar Masqueraders on social media platforms. Reporting for Our News, I'm Danielle Miller.
All right, thanks so much, Jenny. Sounds exciting. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Natalia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening.
Hey guys, Megan Shepherd here. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Just click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so you stay up to date with content like this from the team you already trust.